Welcome back to RUCS Race Up here. Our cameras fell apart there, so we had to go to commercial break, but we're back here, and we're gonna let John continue his analysis of all the drivers across each division.
Alright, so over here, now we are going on to Cup here, and Cup is obviously the weekend we all talking about. First off, we're going to talk about Jack here. Jack drives the number 20 car, and Jack is going to be at a, let's say, at a high risk. The reason I say that is because, well, yes, Jack has done pretty good this season, but I don't think that coming to this race, he has as much momentum as he would like. Phoenix wasn't his best race. He finished fifth. Although he won at Texas, which was the race before that, Orangeville wasn't a good race either here after having complications with PS9. So, I think I put him at a high risk. That might surprise some people though, but also he also has some. This is a very big race. There's so much hype and competition in this race, and it's going to be probably a lot harder than the other races throughout the season. So then the next driver that we have here is going to be Pavel. Now I did talk about Pavel earlier about how he's not really racing too much, but that also he also is a good racer. So I'm putting him here at a low percentage here. I don't feel like Pavel really has that much to worry about. And to be honest, I would say it's going to be between him and Chris for this championship. I think that he is going to have a very little to worry about. He's going to be a very confident into what he comes to here at Homestead. He's raced there before. He knows what he's doing, so I feel like he's at a low risk. Okay. Then next driver is the driver everyone's been talking about, and that's Chris. And for Chris, I would say that he is at as well as a low risk. I don't feel like he really has too much to worry about. Coming off the momentum of the Phoenix win, I think that really helps him. Also, he's won here before back when the trucks raced here for the championship, so he won, and so he obviously is an experience here at Homestead, so I could definitely put him at the top of the championship board. And finally, I think we have got Dar here, and I'm going to put Dar at a high risk as well. And the only reason I say that is because Dar has no experience here at Homestead, and he's got to find out what line he would use. He said that he would use a high line, but he doesn't really know how that will suit his car. Maybe that will suit his car for the better. Maybe that will suit his car for the worse. It's all going to be determined, though, by how he shows up to the racetrack, how well he performs when it comes down to the crunch time. So, definitely a high risk for him, and I feel like he's going to need a lot of help if he wants any shot at winning this championship. And that is the chase broken down by John. I'll send it right back to you, sir.
Thank you, John, for giving us your always pretty cool analysis over there in John's corner. Let's invite you back to the main desk here as we'll wrap up the show here, as we're going to talk about everything coming up in the upcoming race weekend. So obviously, first we'll go over where each division will be racing at. I'll pull up the schedule on the screen here. So IndyCar, I believe, is going to be racing Chase Race 3. Chase Race 3 for IndyCar is going to be at Iowa. Yes, Iowa for IndyCar. This will be the first time IndyCars will run an official RUCS race at Iowa. So no one will have any more experience than anyone else there, considering the way the IndyCars handle. But they've never been any other series at Iowa, so we're going to see how they handle that in the final chase race of round 1 So, John, what do you think is going to be the thing to watch for as IndyCar races at Iowa for Chase Race 3?
Well, this is the elimination race, if I'm not mistaken. And I think it's definitely crunch time for the drivers that are down there rolling points. I think we're going to see either Ash or Red win. I think we're going to see the winner here. And I think that we're also going to see some really good. I know I said Tyler was going to win earlier, but thoughts can change everything. I still think Tyler can give wow a run for his money. So, I think this race is going to be very key for the championship. I think it's going to be an interesting race.
Alright, now I'm gonna give my take on the IndyCars at Iowa, and like I said, I think IndyCar is really gonna be an evenly raced, considering no one else has any more experience than any other fellow drivers there. If I had to pick a winner, I really can't, because I really don't know how many of those drivers have decent experience at Iowa. Really none of them have raced at Iowa, so I really am divided on who could win that. So, that being said, we'll move on to trucks. I believe it's race 7.
Auto Club. It's week 7 at Auto Club.
Yep.
Here, and I'll kind of break down this race. It's a 2-mile track, which means there's 2 miles that you would have to make back around. This track is absolutely intense. It's crazy and it's awesome. I really look forward to this race. I think everyone is really looking forward to this race. This is a race where maybe Gar might win another one, go back to back here. But I really think that this race is going to be very key for the season, as it is the track that a lot of people love going to. It's obviously a lot of fun. It's out there on the West Coast, so I think this race is going to be a track where I'm not really going to pick a winner, and I'm going to say that we should see a surprise winner.
Yeah, with that being said, obviously, you said it's a 2-mile track, and so, but just like at every most tracks, the restarts is going to be deciding, especially considering bigger tracks are harder to pass at once you get into a longer run, so the restarts are going to be key. Especially, I'm going to see what they do on that first lap, because they're allowed to use all the track. They're allowed to go in that little apron area below the white line. I'm just going to see what lines they choose. And if I had to pick a winner, going off of big track experience, it would be Dar, because he won at the biggest track we've raced at so far this season, which is Daytona. That's a half-mile bigger than Auto Club, so I picked Dar to win at Auto Club. So now let's move on to the championship at Homestead for Cup. John, you gave your picks on that, so what do you think is to expect as far as the racing goes?
I think we're going to see everyone really have a shot at this title. It's really I can't really pick a favorite. I always got to pick Chris, but who really knows? It's going to be anyone's championship. It's going to be anyone's race too. And remember, there's going to be other drivers that are racing for it win too. And the champion may not be the race winner. So we could have 2 separate burns now. So
yes, and
definitely going to be exciting.
As I give my take on this, obviously, the RUCS Homestead is known for the lanes groups. Highline is preferred. And as we have a minute left, I'm going to give my pick. I agree with John. I got to pick Cruz because he won the truck championship at Homestead, so I do think he has the advantage over other drivers. But that's just my prediction. Anything could happen. So you really got to look for the big wrecks because of people looking for lanes up and down the track. We've had some big wrecks on the backstretch, actually, on restarts out of the first 2 corners of the track. And if they go down that back, trying to find the lanes, they could go up on the track and get into each other and cause a wreck. But that's our show as we wrapped it up with our analysis on upcoming weekends. We'd like to thank you for joining us again, and we'll see you next week, hopefully.